going on? Oh, dude, that's fucking cool. Jamie, you still think about your ex? You don't?
Overloaded the snack
Better
drawer.
not.
Damn thing's jammed again, but if you're hungry, there's snacks in the bowl. You know, Ma and Murph met on a dating site. She thought he was catfishing because the whole morgue thing was just too good to be true. You know, Ma says the Eccles family always had bounties in their blood. But if you go back far enough, who's hunting and who's hiding starts to get real blurry. You heard from Ma lately? She was in the ER last night with a bruised coccyx. Now she won't use her bouncy ball. Overloaded the snack drawer. Damn thing's jammed again, but if you're hungry, there's snacks in the bowl. You know, Va and Murph met on a dating site. She thought he was catfishing because the whole morgue thing was just too good to be true.
City Slicker. Not a City Slicker. He hung up on me, I think. Timmy, you got like 5 seconds to respond before I hang up myself. Really? You hung up on me because I called you a City Slicker? Really? I had a nicer place to I can sit. We have lunch yet, but okay. Did the payout even come? I don't even remember getting it. Guess it came when I wasn't looking. I paid $4 mil for it. It's gonna take me a long time to make that money back, but definitely gotta make it back fucking chilling here. Man, come on, Timmy, you know you're a City Slicker.
Wireless. The number.
You
You're
know,
not
Ma
very
says
nice,
the Eckel
Timmy.
family
I was
always had
mean.
bounties in their blood. But if you go back far enough, who's hunting and who's hiding starts to get real blurry.
I'm just now hearing your voice. Hey, I just wanted to tell you that, I hope you get all you deserve. I hope you're happy. Just me telling you,
You heard from Ma
I
lately?
hope you get all you
She was
deserve.
in the ER last night with a bruised coccyx.
Makes you
Now she
excited,
wants
then
me
you
to
must
help
be
them
doing
all.
something right. But if it gives you the bad chills, then you might be doing something wrong. But I want to tell you that I care about you, and I hope you're having a good life, and I'm going to see you at some point, because I miss you, you know? So, at some point, I'm going to make my way out that way, and I'll see what's up with you. Take care of yourself, Christy.
Overloaded the snack drawer. Damn thing's jammed again, but if you're hungry, there's snacks in the bowl. You know, Vaughn Murph met on a dating site. She thought he was catfishing because the whole morgue thing was just too good to be true.
What's going on? Fuck yeah, move that plastic. Fuck yeah. Oh shit. More plastic.
You know, Ma says the Eccles family always had bounties in their blood. But if you go back far enough, who's hunting and who's hiding starts to get real blurry.
I'm changing your name on my phone as City Slicker. I'm changing your name on my phone as City Slicker.
Short existence, with a recent report noting that another one is on the horizon. AEW has held stadium shows in New York at Arthur Ashe Stadium, and obviously in the United Kingdom at Wembley Stadium. The London event was the highest attended event in AEW's history when it was held in 2023, with just over 81,000 fans in attendance. The promotion for Dynamite and Collision will return to Arthur Ashe Stadium in September for AEW Grand Slam, which is a yearly thing for Dynamite in September. They will run London again next month on August 25th. It was reported by Fightful earlier this week that several people in the Dallas-Arlington area have stated that All Elite Wrestling is planning to bring a major scale event to the area in 2025. It was added that several sources teased that it could be a stadium show and be on par with AEW's biggest event, which we all know is All In. It was added that officials in the area could make an announcement about the show by the end of the year, and Tony Khan, while actually speaking with comicbook.com, addressed this possibility. He states, and I quote, "It's not something that we would be looking to do here in the immediate future."
If you're hungry,
Clearly, it's not the immediate future. It's not 2024, but 2025 would not fall into the category. Of immediate future. But it is an exciting idea and something I think that we absolutely could do and something that would be very interesting. I can't comment on the accuracy of such reports or the immediate future, but we've had great shows over the years in Texas. We've never done an AEW pay-per-view in Texas. We've done a lot of Ring of Honor pay-per-views in Texas. A lot of AEW's biggest TV episodes have been in Texas. But the one thing we've never brought is an AEW pay-per-view. And Lord knows there's a lot of demand for it. I think that would be a fascinating thing for us to try. End quote. Now, the report says AEW's biggest event. It's not Revolution. That's not Double or Nothing. That's not Forbidden Door. It's not Full Gear. It's not Wrestle Dream. It's not Dynasty. It's not World's End. It's not All Out. It is All In. The only thing that would fit the bill for a major stadium show in another state is All In. Now, it could be Double or Nothing. We don't really know. It could be Double or Nothing. I would say Double or Nothing is probably their other flagship show besides All In. Could be that. There's no report that it will be All In. I'm just going on the assumption that the report said AEW's biggest event, and AEW's biggest event is All In. Now, a lot of people have this misconception that when AEW starts talking about doing stadium shows, that they need to fill 80,000 people in a Wembley stadium for it to be successful. I think that's a load of shit. I think that narrative is fucking ridiculous, to be quite honest with you. AEW filled 81,000 people in Wembley Stadium last year. I was there in attendance. I was one of the biggest in their blood.
But if you go back far
biggest things I've ever seen in my entire life.
Who's hiding starts
It was
to get real blurry.
spectacle. The energy there was unlike anything I've ever felt before. That was a one-time thing. They will never fill 81,000 people in a fucking stadium ever again, especially that stadium. Just look at what they're doing this year. They have at least on par to hit 50, 55,000, maybe 60,000 for All In this year. That's going to come in well underneath 81,000, but that's the perception that these social media fans, these AEW haters, and the WWE elitists, all these people think, well, they didn't fill 80,000 people like they did last year. That's deemed a failure. I'm sorry, I don't look at it that way. You want to fill 60,000 fucking people on any given night to watch professional wrestling in a country that doesn't get it all the time, or in any place for that matter. Anywhere across the globe, you fit 50, 60,000 people in a fucking stadium. To me, that's a huge fucking success, man. That's a $6 million, $7 million gig for AEW. So, if you think that's a failure, I'm going to need you to shut the fuck up and start thinking logically. It's not a failure. So then we get to this report. WWE, you know, they run stadium shows, and they running SummerSlam. They're doing 50,000
you want to
people
go
for
after the
SummerSlam
car
right now.
stealing
They're just about
street racer
45,
with multiple
46,000
runs,
people.
huh?
50,000 people for
advanced driving course,
WWE's
because
huge
this guy
deal.
can outdrive everyone in
AEW
Los
does 50,000
Santos.
people for all
Better
invites
move
looked
fast
at
if
any
you want to catch
differently.
'em.
And if they come to the United States and they want to run AT&T Stadium, if AEW fills 50,000 people in AT&T Stadium, are you going to look at that as a fucking fail because the stadium fits 110,000 people? I don't look at it that way. 50,000 people conglomerated in one venue to watch pro wrestling. I mean, that's a beautiful thing. But who's to say they want to run AT&T Stadium? I think that would be a fucking fail mindset for them to go that high, shoot for the stars right away. Let's work our way up. There's another stadium in the Texas Arlington area where the Texas Rangers play called Globe Life Stadium that fits about 45,000 people. We run there. The stage set up and everything that they need.
So Omar Garcia can't sit still for more than 5 minutes. The plan is to hack his life invader profile so we can read his DMs and figure out where to catch him. Start heading over to their headquarters and I'll get you up on the way. You remember that big police chase they were showing on the news a few weeks ago? All the cop cars were flying into the ocean and shit trying to catch this crazy guy. Well, that crazy guy was Omar. Yup. Stole the convertible off the display in the diamond. He drove straight through all the poker tables and out the front door and straight through the valet. It was bad, partner. But an hour later, there he was on Snapmatic, posting a million pictures from in between a stripper's tits. Hey, from what I hear about your driving, though, he's about to get humble big time.
That is going to be. So stop those games like they need to. 2023 was the idea of doing the baseball stadium and keeping it a little bit more so never be jealous. I think there would be a nice little getaway if they do make a run. They show that they do West Texas weekend area. So looking forward to it. We don't really have any news on it. We get it out and hopefully this year. Wait until the end of the year until we get a little bit more solid information on it. But, you know, another thing is Tony Khan. It's too wonderful. Wembley Stadium go. It's the day. Tony Khan can be very, very
out for any life invader security.
Letting you guys know about this way WWE dominates. WWE is obviously interested in running WrestleMania in the London area. It's going to happen. Under this administration, it is going to happen. But there's no place that show will take place in other than Wembley Stadium. And when Tony Khan does not do Wembley Stadium for all of it, WWE is going to swoop in like a fucking hog. And that's going to be getting WrestleMania in London all squared away. So Tony Khan knows that. And with that, Tony Khan's record of 81,000, the largest attended wrestling show in history, that record will be broken by WWE because WWE will fill over 90,000 people for WrestleMania on both nights in that stadium. No doubt about it. But Tony Khan's record that he takes us to him every night will be a record no longer.
Okay, there should be servers in the building that hold
Worrying about
everybody's
WWE.
account information. At least I think that's
Moving
how
on
it
to
works.
some WWE notes. Rhea Ripley not cleared yet and not expected to wrestle until SummerSlam. There was talk of Rhea Ripley returning to storylines at SummerSlam or the week after SummerSlam. However, WWE opted to go with returning Rhea Ripley to television 2 weeks ago and opted to go with Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan for the WWE Women's World Championship at SummerSlam. Now, I'm excited to see how this story plays out because this will not be the end of Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio. I do think that Liv, if the match does take place, retain the championship, and we will get this all the way to Bad Blood in October, on October 5th in Atlanta. Partially, the decision was made because Rhea Ripley said that she believed she would be ready to go by SummerSlam on Saturday, August 3rd at Cleveland Brown Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. And Rhea Ripley has not been 100% cleared for physicality. Sources have stated that they expect that to change by the time we get to SummerSlam. She won't be getting physical until SummerSlam. Instead, they will work around the physicality, which we have seen in the last 2 weeks. I would have made that decision even if she was cleared. No physicality, no touching Liv Morgan, and no getting physical with any members of any party at all until SummerSlam. So that's the way it should be, and I would have done that even if she was cleared and ready to go. But I'm glad to see that match take place at SummerSlam because that is going to be one of the biggest stories that plays out and moves on to the next chapter, SummerSlam. Backstage news on why Braun Breaker didn't win the Intercontinental Championship. Got money in the bank. A lot of people were upset about this, and then a lot of people were made to look stupid on the Raw after Money in the Bank when Braun Breaker just became even more savage. In the the latest edition of the Wrestling Observer newsletter. Dave Meltzer reports that as of earlier this week, Braun Breaker versus Sami Zayn is scheduled to take place at SummerSlam. It will not be a triple threat match with Ilya Dragunov. Meltzer wrote, it would be a surprise for them to beat Breaker twice in a row. So it at least would feel like Breaker is the favorite to win, and the reason he lost first. So his title would be won on a higher profile show. End quote. Heading into the match, many people thought it was time for Braun Breaker to win the Intercontinental Championship. Since then, WWE's continued the feud and now included Ilya Dragunov, making fans think WWE may book a triple threat match at SummerSlam. Meltzer tends to think that this is going to be a one-on-one match. We could definitely see a triple threat match. I'm not taking Meltzer's word as gospel here, because if WWE wants to keep Sami Zayn looking strong, this will upset the Ilya Dragunov fan base. If they want to keep Sami Zayn looking strong, I feel like they could make a triple threat match, have Braun Breaker pin Ilya Dragunov, and then have Sami Zayn lose the championship without actually being pinned, while they give their obviously hot rookie the Intercontinental Championship like everybody expects. I wouldn't mind either way, to be quite honest with you. I would. I honestly feel like a lot of people are looking for Sami Zayn to get involved with the OG bloodline and take on this new renegade bloodline led by Solo Sikoa as Roman Reigns tries to get back to OG bloodline and battle alongside him. We may see that happen. Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker one-on-one, I would be okay with Zayn dropping the title to Braun Breaker. Dragunov, I know a lot of people are going to be upset if he's thrown in there only to eat the pin. A lot of people are going to be spreading the narrative that he's buried. No, he's not. Triple H is not going to bury Dragunov. But I do think that we may be headed for a triple threat match after what we saw on Monday Night Raw. I do feel like Breaker taking out both Zayn and Dragunov, that we're probably going to end up getting a triple threat match, because that match with Zayn and Dragunov was the Intercontinental Championship, and Braun Breaker fucked all that up. So Adam Pearce may say, you know what, we're going to make this a triple threat match. You wanted to come back after I booted you out of the venue, and now you're going to have to beat two guys instead of one if you want that title that you so desperately want. So I do think that is the way that they're going. But according to Meltzer, Jay, at the Observer, he doesn't think they will beat Braun Breaker twice, and I do believe him in that aspect. Ring of Honor. Nobody watches Ring of Honor. Don't believe anybody out on social media who says they watch Ring of Honor. That person may be the only one that actually watches Ring of Honor. If you've been wanting AEW and Tony Khan to give more tender love and care to Ring of Honor, this story is for you. There is some good news. In recent weeks, Fightful Select has inquired about the future of Ring of Honor, whether it would generally, as far as the overall product, and how it would be with the upcoming AEW rights deal, which apparently there is news on that looming, as AEW has now filtered its way onto Max. Some of the content from AEW Dynamite and some shows that AEW has put on pay-per-view, I believe, has made their way over to Max, at least internationally. So news on that deal may be very, very soon. At least in the short term, Fightful saw that Ring of Honor is likely to have more care given to it. The upcoming Arlington tapings were pointed to as what would be a turning point, as the brand is getting dedicated taping shows. One source talking to Fightful, they said that it should lead to at least more consistent creative in that sense, as numerous shows will be filmed across one day, as opposed to the show being filmed weekly before or after Dynamite or Collision. Another note and point that was given was that MXM, this is Massey and Mansois, the former models of WWE, Maximum Male models, they signed specifically with Ring of Honor. And as of right now, they are with the brand. We did ask if champions would be featured more on Ring of Honor TV, whether it be matches or appearance, and it was indicated that it looks that way with the upcoming tapings. I don't know what AEW could do to really up the ante as far as Ring of Honor is concerned. I'm not going to sit here because I'd waste another 15 minutes, and I don't really want to be here for another 15 minutes. What they need, and I said this on social media because Gary Silkin said that Ring of Honor under Tony Khan has been a complete fucking bust. It's nowhere near where it needs to be. Ring of Honor needs to be a developmental system for AEW. There needs to be a dedicated roster that stays with Ring of Honor and does not leave Ring of Honor. That doesn't mean Ring of Honor talent gets to wrestle on Collision.
Okay,
That
now
doesn't
just
mean Ring of Honor talent gets to wrestle on Rampage. That doesn't mean Ring of Honor talent needs to wrestle on Dynamite or gets to wrestle on Dynamite. I don't want to see a fucking soul leave Ring of Honor and bleed onto AEW television. I don't want to see champions from Ring of Honor come over to AEW television. I don't want to see any of it. During Forbidden Door season would be the only time that me personally I would accept it. It needs its own brand and roster, dedicated roster. Make a roster and keep it that way and leave them there. You want people from the indies to come on into AEW? Ring of Honor is your first stop. Just like NXT is everybody's first stop before they even sniff Raw or SmackDown. It needs to be their developmental system. AEW's not going to have a genuine developmental system like the Performance Center, but if you want people from the indies that people don't know of, why are you throwing them on national television with us being the ones asking, who the fuck is this? Why is this person here? I'm going to watch an AEW show on Saturday night and have it feel half Ring of Honor and half Rampage. It's not what I signed up for. The original vision of the show has gone down the fucking toilet. Every time there's a Ring of Honor television, piece or a Ring of Honor roster on Saturday night, I immediately change the fucking channel. When Golden Cat goes on television, I change the fucking channel. I don't give a shit. Leave them with ROH. All their championships, leave them with ROH. Other than that, I don't know what else to tell you. I really don't. Just leave it the way it needs to be, by itself, where it doesn't bother anybody. They can still have their quarterly shows 4 or 5 times a year. They need a dedicated space where they can tape television that gives them their own unique look. Nobody wants to buy a fucking ticket to an AEW show and sit there any longer than they have to, because we need to get Ring of Honor tapings out there in front of everybody. Nobody wants that. Nobody. They need their own studio show. They need to operate as their own entity, like NXT operated as its own entity in wholesale. They take 4 shows in 1 week, and they had 4 weeks of shows spread out for the month. That's what they need to do. It may be a little bit more work, it may be a little bit more manpower, but that's exactly what they need to do. And I don't want to see none of this shit bleed onto AEW television, because the more it does, the less I fucking care. Seth Rollins. A lot of people have been making specific roles based on creative for what Seth Rollins should do going into SummerSlam. CM Punk and Drew McIntyre slated for a one-on-one match, which could be the biggest match that WWE does all year outside of Cody versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania.
Okay, got that one.
Seth Rollins as the special guest referee for Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk at SummerSlam. In the latest edition of the Wrestling Observer newsletter, they also reported that there is a guest referee spot scheduled for one of the top matches. Now, he didn't say which match, so he left it open-ended. It's unclear which match it will be for, but he was told it's not Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan. Now, that could work with Dominic as the special guest referee, but I do think that Dominic is going to be forced. You guys remember the 1993 SummerSlam, man, when Sensational Sherry, before that match with Marty Jannetty and Shawn Michaels, she got a glass window that Shawn Michaels used to pose in front of. And Marty Jannetty actually accidentally hit Sherry with the mirror, and Shawn Michaels running away like a fucking coward. Sherry was injured, and she sold the injuries for a few weeks, only to come back at the 93 Royal Rumble, and the was, which side, which corner would she be in? She opted to be in the corner of Marty Jannetty. You can see the same thing playing out here for Dominic Mysterio. Is he going to be in the corner of Rhea Ripley? He may show up in the corner. That's to be in the corner of Rhea Ripley, but I could see him choosing Liv Morgan in the special guest referee, says Milton. So they expect to see a bunch of McIntyre matches since they've included him in the program coming out of Money in the Bank. Because Punk cost McIntyre the world title at the event. The original match against world champion Damian Priest noted if Rollins didn't win, then he would challenge for the title as long as Priest is champion. He wouldn't challenge for the title as long as Priest is champion. Priest rescinded that. And basically says when he gets done with Gunther, he will be willing to give Rollins another shot at the championship. Regardless of all that, WrestleVotes was pretty spot on Wednesday. Reported that sources that they have state that Seth Rollins as the special guest referee for the CM Punk vs. Drew McIntyre SummerSlam match. Creative is proceeding under the assumption that Punk will be ready for action with the anticipated clearance date set for Monday, 7/29. And then also a picture of the 1997 SummerSlam, The Undertaker vs. the WWF Championship with Shawn Michaels as the special guest referee, and he says, oh, this is the inspiration for Rollins being the special guest referee. Gee, man, I wonder what two podcasts was all about 3 weeks ago before there was any news on that. One of them, Small Monsters the other. I'm excited about that, man. I think that adds a whole other intrigue that we were not really expecting here, man. First of all, we weren't even expecting Rollins to be back on WWE television. Now, here he is. Now he's being thrusted into this storyline, which is basically him picking up the pieces since WrestleMania, because was the direction coming into WrestleMania. Now it's a WrestleMania match this year. So the fact that he's picking pieces back up and still kind of, figuring out what he's gonna do with Punk, because Punk is a fucking thorn in his ass. He's a little bit mentally on pretty stumps. You know that some shenanigans is going to go down. So who's going to be the recipient of those shenanigans? Is it going to be Punk? Or is it going to be McIntyre? I don't think Punk wins his first match back. I think McIntyre needs this win absolutely. Then we go to Berlin, Punk gets his win back, and then we go to Bad Blood. And then we get Hell in a Cell. And I think we did everything from that point on. Ending the feud, and then Punk and Rollins can feud. So at the end of the weird content, we're accepted. And then we get into WrestleMania, and then we figure out where Rollins is going to be slotted in WrestleMania because he was the World Championship, and it's not going to work out. So I do think that we are in the midst of something very special. Very special guest referee spot. Seth Rollins is in wrestling. It's the best role for him in Cleveland. Can't wait. Thank you very much for all your support. I sincerely apologize, man. I haven't been uploading the fastest run. I'm excited. It's for MLB. It's what they're doing. Faster. They're done.
Savings account and more. It's the money that others have make events. Download Intuit Credit Card today.
That's a great idea, because who the fuck needs to sit through 2 hours of this mindless, boring garbage every single week? It's the same thing every single week. All of it is bad. Just, we're a podcast. We are a live review show every week. I want something new to talk about, man. I want some new developments. I want my creative that we did on Friday night to keep me guessing. It's just more of the same old garbage. for everything to play on at SummerSlam. Or whatever pay-per-view's coming up next. That's the mindless formula that we're in right now. Seemingly feels that way every show, man. We go through these ups and downs, man. The ups are very good, the downs are very bad. For 3 more weeks, I could sit here and watch Cody Rhodes and friends go to a fucking table every single week. It's like the announce table. It's like they got stuck in announce tables. It's unbelievable. Every week, the announce table's broken. Every week, it's a different person going through the announce table. Every week,
Oh,
it's
that's
a
what
fucking
you do.
battle. The
Okay.
goddamn fucking announce table. It's the most dangerous place to be, man. Everybody wants to make fun. The NXT parking lot is the most dangerous place in North America. I think WWE, wherever they hold SmackDown, it's the most dangerous place in America with that fucking announce table outside. Same shit. Literally the same shit. Yes, Raw is better. Yes, in the chat. Raw has been better. Cody Rhodes. He goes through a table thanks to Bloodline, Jacob Fatu, and company. Even in television, man, I tell you. Cody goes through a table after falling out and addressing what happened last week with Randy Orton. We'll go over the word-for-word promo that Cody Rhodes cut in the beginning of the show because he did indeed open the show. And by show's end, he wanted to battle Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, who apparently wanted to pick a fight with the WWE Champion. Again, absolutely riveting television.
All right, that's all of them. I'll start reading his DMs. You just try to get out of there.
No, that is not right. Find yourself a tag team partner and get that main event that you so love. Kevin Owens walks in, he backs up Cody, they end up winning, and then they get put through a table with another post-match attack from the Bloodline. Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, and company. The show goes up the air.
Okay, it looks like Omar's at the car meet in the city.